tea is done and the house settles in, there's only one thing left to do. Pull up a chair, dim the glow, and welcome the dark. You are now tuned into the quiet sound of It Reads at Night.
Oh, shit.
Woo!
That felt like a...
Woo!
I'm at a restaurant.
Oh, I'm all warm and tingly. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the It Reads at Night podcast. My name is Austin. What is your name?
I'm Alex.
Sure.
Get ready.
First things first, we want to apologize to anyone who might be tuning into all one of you.
All one of you and all 3 episodes.
1 to 4 of you. Life got a little crazy. If you remember the beginning of the last episode, we kind of foreshadowed a really big snowstorm coming through town, and it may or may not be really bad. Well, it turned out to be really fucking bad.
Pretty fucking bad.
Really bad.
We were both heavily affected, and
Yes.
it made us late to class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We missed the bus.
I missed the bus.
That, and then just a whole lot of other silly little things we won't get into. All that to say, we're very sorry, and it probably won't happen again. But, we're not going to give you half-ass shit. We're going to give you the
Full
best we got.
ass
Full-ass shit. Full of shit.
Yeah. Nice.
So, welcome back to It Reads at Night. Once again, this is episode 6, I believe.
Is it?
I believe
awesome.
so. Yeah, we're 6 deep
Nice.
in this horrible nightmare. Once again, it is somehow cold. It's been so long since our last recording, and the seasons have changed from winter to spring, and it's been glorious weather for most of the time.
Yeah.
Getting up to the 80s, creeping up that high, sometimes even the 90s. But tonight, of course, when we're outside,
It's
dipping
freezing.
back down into the high 30s, low 40s. So we're freezing yet again, and that's just more to the punishment. So...
Yeah.
Last week we read a really good last week,
Yeah, for sure.
last month or whatever. We read a really good story about some teenage kids getting up to no good in the caves of Appalachia.
I climbed down Grandma's cave, got myself scared.
I was so scared. Oh. And we really liked that one. We think you should check that out and check out all the other ones too. But tonight we've got a brand spanking new one for you, everybody, and it's got a crazy title. I've not read it, of course. We never read these. But even the editor... Oh, God! The editor... the editor hasn't even... Jesus. Read this. Yeah, I'll read the title real quick. It's called My Girlfriend and I Get Tortured for a Living. Something went seriously wrong during her last session, and now she's different. So I don't know what the hell we're getting into. Hopefully nothing too crazy, but, maybe a little crazy. I can get down with that. Stories written by orangeplr on Reddit. Just kind of told me to share the Reddit around when we spoke. There is an Instagram. There's a Venmo.
Okay.
There's a magazine. Not sure if you want me to disclose that, but all I'll say is that Russ wrote this story, and feel free to check them out on Reddit. Once again, u/orangeplr.
Nice.
Got a few stories out there, and let's see, if you sort by top all time, he's got a few bangers, it seems. Some no sleep bangers, some with 5,000 upvotes, some with 4.
Oh, that's awesome.
This one didn't do half bad. I think he got a few thousand, 800. So if you like this story, check it out, contribute, run that story up, and then read the other ones too. So a little rusty on the old presentation here, but if you like the show, stick around. We're only 6 episodes deep, like we said. Support us. We're on all the things. YouTube. Support us. I need support. I'm scared. We just like doing this. That's about all I gotta say. You got anything to say, Alex? I've been hogging the mic.
Yeah, I'm brain dead, so
Yeah.
I think we're all right. I think let's get into this.
Let's get into this. All right. Well, so once again, we're going to be reading My Girlfriend and I Get Tortured for a Living.
I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
I wasn't done.
Fuck!
Sorry. It's a 2-sentence.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 2-sentence title. But, yeah, it's got quite the gripping hook here. And I am just curious as all heck as to what we're getting ourselves into. There doesn't appear to be any sort of trigger warnings or NSFWs. We'll
For
see
this?
we'll see
All
if that is a bad call. Maybe there should be, but I don't know. People seem to like it. The comments are positive, calling it a 10 out of 10. Great
That's
story, very engaging, amazing story. Yeah. Whoa, the ending. That was another one. So, yeah, stick around. This might be pretty juicy.
Prepare for scares. Enjoy the story if you dare.
My girlfriend and I get tortured for a living. Something went seriously wrong during her last session, and now she's different. I've always had a bit of a passion for odd jobs. When I was a teenager, I discovered Craigslist, and everything just kind of snowballed from there. You wouldn't believe the kinds of things you can find on the internet, the kind of jobs you can secure without having to do any paperwork. Most of the time, the people hiring either don't want to be traceable by the government, or they're just too or they're just far too desperate at that point to add any additional hoops to jump through. That was how I met Chelsea. It was actually a really funny story, perfect for telling at parties. It would be perfect for our wedding too, and for telling our kids. It would have been, at least. Uh-oh.
Something bad happened at her job.
Something bad happened. Craigslist, already, I'm enjoying that aspect. Craigslist isn't even really a thing anymore, right?
No, it definitely exists. But it's,
Have they nerfed it to where it's not as shady? I just feel like I don't hear much about it anymore.
No, it used to be the thing.
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace took its place, for sure.
Yeah, which is
No.
definitely gets bad.
Craigslist, I tried to go on Craigslist, I think, 4 or 5 months ago to see what kind of music gear they had on there.
Yeah.
Because I sold a lot of music gear on Craigslist back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. Guitar pedals and stuff. And I bought some synths on there and all that. It's fucking nothing, dude.
It's barren.
It's like, yeah, nerfed is a good way to put it.
That's a shame. It was like one of those little wild corners of the internet.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying that this story is like diving back into that, because this isn't like an old story. 7 months ago is when this was posted, so it's cool. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna read the Chelsea part again. That was how I met Chelsea. It was actually a really funny story, perfect for telling at parties. It would be perfect for our wedding too, and for telling our kids. It would have been, at least. We met because we had both been hired to come to this birthday party, a kid turning 11. Neither of us fully knew what the job entailed when we agreed, which might have been a sign that we shouldn't have, but we were both informed we'd be paid handsomely, and that was all that either of us needed to hear. When we got there, Frank, a middle-aged guy with a salt and pepper beard who smelled strongly of patchouli and marinara sauce, informed us we were to get in a huge screaming match around the middle of the party. We were playing a couple from a few houses down who were really on the fritz, I guess. We weren't told why, just what to do. I'm still not sure why he wanted us to do that. I was hesitant. I wasn't much of an actor, but Chelsea, she threw herself into the role wholeheartedly. A couple of hours later, we were sitting on the curb a block away, and she was holding a bag of frozen carrots against my swollen cheekbone, and I was nursing a blunt, wincing at how my chocolate milk-soaked clothing stuck to my skin. Right away, I'm just liking this guy's writing style. It's pretty.
It's raw.
It's raw.
Real life.
Yeah. It's easy going.
Dude was on
like
Craigslist
Yeah.
and drinks chocolate milk. So
Chocolate milkies. Man, you know what? You hate to see spilled chocolate milk. You hate to see it.
yeah.
Tragedy. Okay. We compared stories of our strangest jobs, our craziest experiences, the worst things we'd ever done to make a couple bucks. We both agreed that anything below a felony was fair game, but we gravitated towards weird, yet legal and harmless tasks. She had a passion for all of it that I'd never seen in anyone I'd ever met. She was really doing it for the experiences, not the money. She was a thrill seeker. I fell in love with her quickly, like getting hit over the head with a blunt object. It was aggressive and immediate. A couple of months later, we got a place together, and the rest was history. We fell into a nice domestic routine. She made me coffee in the morning and kissed my forehead when I walked into the kitchen. We took turns cooking dinner and doing the dishes, and we watched hours of reality television slop on our sofa that was just big enough for the two. I ran out of breath. It's a long sentence. So I'll go back. She made me coffee in the morning and kissed my forehead when I walked into the kitchen. We took turns cooking dinner and doing the dishes, and we watched hours of reality television slop on our sofa that was just big enough for two. We talked about the future. We talked about a dog and 2 kids and a yard. It all just fell into place. Her friends liked me, and my friends liked her, and our families were the same. My mother became a little too obsessed with having a grandchild, and I had to beg her to stop asking Chelsea about her cycle. But none of them knew about our secret life, the jobs we did together when everyone went home. It was just for us, and it was exciting, this secret hobby that we shared. The first call from OEM came on a quiet Friday. Chelsea was at her job as a barista, and I was at home getting some cleaning done before having lunch with my parents, like an old person. I was used to getting calls that didn't have identification, considering all my side jobs, so I didn't bat an eye at the no caller ID on my screen. What was different, however, was the automated message that played as soon as I picked up the call.
This call may be recorded for quality assurance and training purposes. Please state your first and last name and your date of birth.
I frowned, tossing the rag I'd been cleaning the stove with onto the kitchen counter.
Julian Rains, May 14th, 1999.
There was a silence, and then a beep. Then a man spoke, non-automated this time.
Hello, Mr. Rains. I've been informed you might be looking for a job.
When Chelsea got home, I was waiting for her on the couch. She came up behind me, cupped my face in her hands, and kissed the top of my head.
Hey, babe.
I said, trying to keep the excitement out of my voice.
How was work? Exhausting.
Come on, Chelsea sounds like a
Bro.
a real catch. You
Come
can't.
on. Exhausting. She's so tired. It's fucking... Being a barista is hard work.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll accept it. Do it one more time for me.
Exhausting.
She slumped over the back of the couch, smushing the cushions.
Oh, that's her. Okay. But I gotta get... yeah,
Does that
the
mean they
voice has
both
to be
got it?
better. I think they both got it,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But I got this crazy voicemail.
The facility was in what looked, from the outside, like a dilapidated warehouse. The man who picked us up in a long black car was very quiet, answering our questions in single-word responses and keeping his eyes on the road. Chelsea and I kept giving each other small glances and squeezing each other's hands the entire way there. That piss bottle is getting to me.
Bro zooted off the milk.
Yeah, our friend was it Julian Rains. He's like,
Yeah.
is there chocolate milk involved? Because I'll do it. No payment needed.
What does it say? A long black car.
Yeah.
The man picked us up in a long black car, and he looked at it and he was like, chocolate cookies.
I bet there's chocolate
It
milk
looks-
in there.
It looks like they have a... Anyway,
Anyway, Jesus. What was that about? A man greeted us at the car door, opening it up. A man greeted us at the car door, opening it for us with a smile. He was tall and thin, and he wore a crisp suit with his dark hair slicked back, not a strand askew.
fuck. It's hard to remember. I'm doing 3 voices, and it's hard. What do I do? Mr. and Mrs. Raines, I presume?
Are you saying this is the guy that called them, or is this a little henchman?
Oh, shit.
I don't know. It's kind of up to you, I guess.
What kind of... I'll keep it the same. Mr. and Mrs. Raines, I presume. We'll make them evil. We'll make them all evil from here on out.
Okay. Chelsea looked down shyly. I was surprised. She was never shy. But this situation definitely felt more professional than what we were used to.
Oh. Just little noises.
Oh.
Every time I have to read something, oh, fuck.
Oh.
We aren't married. Oh, I'm sorry.
The man tapped his forehead with the palm of his hand good-naturedly.
Well, we're making them fucking evil. And then all of a sudden, for the first time
Good-naturedly.
ever, they're just like nice guys.
He's a nice man. Okay,
Oh!
maybe go back to your
Fuck. Oh, I'm
do-gooder
sorry.
voice.
Man tapped his head. The man tapped his forehead with the palm of his hand. His hand good-naturedly. I'm so sorry, Miss Sutherland. Miss Sutherland, of course. Fuck.
I mean, sure.
I don't know.
He's kind of nerdy sounding
Guess-
almost.
Yeah, but that's
Little
also
nasally.
my female voice.
I don't know, make one of them more feminine. Gee, figure it out.
I know, dude.
Figure it out.
This sucks.
You're fired.
Yeah.
Drink,
Basically.
drink more piss.
Yeah. If it was warm, this wouldn't be happening. I swear to fucking God.
Yeah, when the summer comes around,
I'm gonna let
this
loose.
show gonna elevate.
Pretty sure. Sutherland. Miss Sutherland, of course.
He reached out to shake her hand and then mine, eager.
My name is Malcolm Kessler, and you can just call me Kessler. Would you like to know what you're doing here?
We let Kessler lead us into the building. On the inside, it looked far less rundown. We were greeted with long white hallways and bustling professionals holding coffees and clipboards, wearing matching white lab coats. That's a bad sign,
Is this like a hospital?
Chelsea asked, gazing around in awe. I took her hand again, and she gave it a squeeze.
No, not a hospital. Although there are medical professionals here, and we do certainly have access to those kinds of tools.
He offered us a sly grin. We entered a room with a metal table and 4 chairs, and not much else. A woman with her hair tied up in a tight bun came in, placed a stack of papers on the table, and scurried away. Kessler gestured for us to take a seat.
This?
He said slowly, looking from me to Chelsea and back again.
This is OEM. Do you know what that stands for?
He waited for us to shake our heads before continuing.
This is the Office of Enhanced Methods.
I blinked at him, the white fluorescent lights making my eyes burn.
What does that mean? I'm glad you asked.
Kessler leaned back in his seat, folding his hands in his lap.
Essentially, here at OEM, we test torture methods.
Oh.
See what works, see what doesn't, and see what we need to change or scale back on. You know?
Oh no!
Hell yeah.
All right. I could feel Chelsea looking at me. I looked back. I couldn't quite read her expression, but somehow I still could get the gist.
Is this a government project?
She asked. Her eyes still locked on mine and her brows furrowing. Kessler chuckled.
You could say that. So why do you need us?
I asked, even though I felt I might know the answer, finally looking away from my girlfriend and back at the man in front of us. Kessler sighed, leaning forward again, resting his elbows on the table. He had quite a sharp face, but it managed to feel charming and welcoming purely from his expression. I wondered if he'd practiced that.
I'll level with you.
He said, quieter than before.
We need volunteers, but finding volunteers for something like this is difficult. That's why now we're looking for people like you, people who are interested in doing odd jobs like this one, and we're offering a large amount of compensation.
I pressed my lips together, searching his face for any sign of deception or exaggeration. I found none. I glanced back at Chelsea, who was looking at the stack of paperwork.
How much is it? How much compensation?
I asked, finally. When it became clear that no one else was going to say it, I expected Kessler to laugh. He didn't.
Are you two looking to get married?
I felt the room heat up. Truthfully, I had bought the ring a month ago. I was just waiting for the right time, and a time when we could properly plan for a wedding without the stress of becoming bankrupt for it.
Yes. I mean, eventually. Have you seen how much those venues cost these days?
Kessler raised his eyebrows sympathetically, leaning even closer to us.
Not to mention a honeymoon. And you're looking to have kids? Start a family? Send those kids to college? Grow old and retire?
The man actually reached out, actually took my hand in one of his and Chelsea's in his other. I felt like the air in the room was being sucked out of it.
I'm going to be honest with the two of you. I am not going to mince words. It's tough out there right now. And I could make it so you never have to worry about money again.
He left us in the room to let us talk alone, and I could have sworn I heard the lock click behind him. But to be fair, I was feeling pretty jumpy by that point. Chelsea and I sat for a moment in silence.
This is a lot.
She muttered, running her fingers through her hair.
This place is crazy.
I reached over to flip through the paperwork, chewing on my bottom lip. I saw words like non-disclosure agreement, liability, medical care. I put the paperwork back down and took her hand again.
This is a lot of money. He seemed serious. Would we be considered like war criminals if we took part in this?
She laughed, but I could tell she was anxious. I shrugged slowly. She rubbed at her face with her free hand, a nervous habit of hers. I reached over and tucked some hair behind her ear, smiling. She smiled back apprehensively. There was something neither of us were saying, something neither of us wanted to point out. How bad was the job to offer that amount of compensation? Still, there was a buzz between us. This was what we did. We signed up for strange things, for experiences. Chelsea lived for things like this. I think I knew the second we got there that she would end up wanting to do it. When Kessler came back, I stood up, pushing my chair back and wiping my sweaty hands on my jeans.
What kind of torture are we talking about?
His smile was wide.
I can show you now if you'd like.
He explained as he led us back down the hall, guiding us into a different room that was essentially the exact same as the one we had just been in, but with more cameras mounted on the walls and with different chairs. I winced a little when I saw the wrist and ankle restraints attached to the sterile metal frame.
Everything we do here stays within these walls,
He told us, gesturing for us to take a seat. Chelsea and I shared a look, then obeyed.
communication-wise, but also physically. We will do nothing to you permanently. Fuck.
Fuck.
We will do nothing to permanently damage you, and we have medical staff on site for any treatment you may need.
As if on cue, a man in one of the lab coats bustled into the room, pushing a cart. He began strapping down our wrists, leaving our legs unrestrained.
Everything is voluntary.
Kessler continued.
Nothing will happen to you without your explicit consent, although we may need to withhold some details in order to get the most accurate reading on your reactions. You can leave or discontinue your contracts at any time.
The man. Okay.
I'm trying to give him a fucking like kind of upturn at the end.
Yeah. I think you're doing a solid job.
I think
What do we think, guys? Round of applause.
I want a round of applause. Editor, put that in.
Sorry. No,
I want to
say his name like that.
yeah, for real. It is a little. I want a Seinfeld laugh track, actually. Followed by an applause.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah. This is like I'm
very
soft thinking of Severance.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Very Severance-y, and a few other things I've seen. Although I can't pull them. I mean, kind of like Hostel.
Yeah. That's
Hostel
actually
and
what
Severance.
I'm thinking. Is
It's got the clinical nature of Severance.
yes.
Like the setting or like the vibe of Hostel. You're
It's
getting
got the
tortured.
big feeling of Hostel.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing in my head. And I couldn't remember what movie it was.
But I'm really liking it. So far, it's very believable. The characters are nice. The writing style is great. I mean, this guy could write a book easily. I mean, it just flows very natural.
Yeah. The shit. What's it called? Starts with a P. Where it's just like people prose. It's just people
Prose.
talking. Yeah. He does a great job.
Yeah, it's very. Everyone sounds natural so far. Like the dialogue's not cringe. Not by my standards, at least.
Yeah.
It's good stuff so far. I mean, it's making this piss taste better and better.
It's kind of funny that this is like something to say, but like the names are pretty believable.
Yeah.
They're like pretty good names.
I like Julian Rains.
Yeah, it's a pretty real name.
Also, Julian Rains, 1999. You couldn't put that on No Sleep. Can't put personal info.
You couldn't put that on. You couldn't put that on No Sleep. You couldn't.
Luckily, this isn't on No Sleep. It's on r/scary stories.
Oh,
Little PSA there that No Sleep
is just crazy. Yeah,
kind of fucking annoying sometimes, guys.
can't put a name down.
Locked
Yeah, that
in.
is nuts.
Yeah,
Considering
I've got
it's
gripes.
all made up stories that are made up and it's not actually real. Guys.
supposed to look real. Fuck off.
Yeah, in real life, people have names.
But at this point, everyone knows No Sleep isn't real.
Yeah,
That was like the thing, back in 2015 or whatever. It could be convincing. Now we know. We know damn well it's not real. I don't know why they have to keep the facade up because they are, admittedly, the biggest story outlet for new writers and all that. I wish they would just do away with all that bullshit. But anyway, yeah, good names.
Good names, good prose. I will say the one thing about No Sleep, it did work when I was young.
Yeah. I mean, it was fantastic for the time period.
Especially when, like, I was a kid. I had no idea.
It made sense to have those rules.
Yeah.
But now everyone knows it's not real.
This is what I will say. This is crazy. So he's like, have a seat. We're just talking about it. And then they get restrained.
right into it.
They just get restrained immediately. I would have been like, okay, it's time to, okay,
Yeah. Let's go home and sleep on it.
Yeah,
So-
I'm actually going to leave.
Obviously, I don't trust this man.
No.
The fact that they're just getting him right to it, a little fishy, a little spooky.
Little fishes.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, honestly.
I don't either, but from the name, all we know is that they accept this job and it goes too far. So I'm wondering what too far is. So I guess we got to see what they're about to do.
Sure thing. Okay. Yeah, so Kessler just said you can basically discontinue this at any time.
Ideally.
Yeah, we'll see. The man in the lab coat started putting on medical gloves. I swallowed hard.
What is he going to do?
Kessler nodded at the man, who procured a syringe from his cart, examining the needle carefully and then picking up a little glass bottle to draw from.
This is, let's call it a sample. This is something we've been working on for a while now, and it's already been tested many times with a high success rate.
I wondered what a high success rate in this context was. A large sum of pain? The right amount of screaming?
Usually, we'd probably hook you up to various brain sensors, but we'll start light today.
The doctor, was he a doctor, approached Chelsea, who squirmed anxiously. He wiped her arm with an alcohol swab and began feeling around for a good vein. I watched her, trying to look encouraging when her eyes met mine.
This is sort of liquid electrocution, per se.
Great.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Ugh. It's gross. I hate needles and veins and everything, so this is gross to me.
Yeah, that's the torture. Imagine getting, like, your insides all, like,
Staticky.
buzzied.
Ugh. Yeah, that also doesn't sound nice. Before either of us could reply to that, the doctor was inserting the needle into Chelsea's arm and pushing down on the plunger. I watched her body seize up, her eyes going wide and glassy. She was perfectly still for a moment, save for her mouth falling open and her entire face going slack. And then she began to twitch and spasm, her limbs jerking with no control. And then she screamed, a gurgling, horrifying sound, and I was stuck with panic. I was so distracted I barely felt the needle sliding into my own arm, and then it felt like I was being set on fire. We didn't go back to that place for a couple of months. Kessler told us to take our time, to think about it, as he handed us a tall stack of dollar bills. The feeling of the money almost bulging out of my pocket almost made up for the pain. He had told the truth. They didn't last. It felt like the effects of the injection lasted an hour, but we were told it had only been a few minutes before it wore off. I expected it to be weak leaving the facility. I expected to be weak leaving the facility, and prepared myself to be embarrassed to handle it worse than my girlfriend did. But the feeling faded fast. In fact, I almost felt more alive. We were given a brief interview where a younger man scribbled extensive notes, and then we were free to go. The first thing Chelsea said to me when we got outside was,
"What a rush!" Because that's a crazy thing to say.
"Chocolate milk on me, girl."
They're just like running down the street.
Let's go to the milk bar.
Dude, that...
Did I pause everything with that?
From Eyes Wide Shut.
Milk bar.
Or no, I'm a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, it was in Eyes Wide Shut. That was the party.
That was Eyes Wide Shut.
That was a milk bar.
That was
Eyes
a
Wide Shut.
milk bar. Yeah, they were drinking milk that whole movie.
They were wearing
remember?
masks because they didn't want people to see their milk mustache.
Got milk? Not them. Nope.
Nope, they
Nope,
made
not
that
me.
ad.
They were embarrassed because milk is like a children's drink.
Don't look at
And
me when I'm
they're supposed to be
my
drinking
milk
wine
mustache.
and gin and adult things, but they like the milk.
And we sit here drinking piss. Like real men.
Okay.
This is insane.
Yeah, I love this so far. It's really engaging, and I'm a little.
It is engaging. It's moving at a really nice pace.
Yeah, it's just the beats are nice.
Yes.
I like the pacing.
What a rush, she said. That's so fucked up. I get that.
Chelsea's like
she's kind of a bad girl.
She's the one that's gonna like. She's the vehicle to bring this to the next level, I think. She's into this.
Yeah.
Beyond the money.
Kind of thing. She definitely is a screw loose.
Yeah, like she's an adrenaline junkie, clearly.
But in a way that's like a little bit not reckless is not the right word. And not self-harm's not the right word, but if you like combine them. She's like reckless with her self.
That's what real farm.
No, but I mean, obviously, like the adrenaline thing is like putting yourself in danger, but there's like a step further than that.
Yeah.
Where like
there is a word, I can't think of it.
You're like almost. Yeah, I don't know, but that's her, and she's about to get this nice young man into it.
Careless.
She's God.
This bitch is careless.
She was careless.
Throwing her life away.
And she's going to take this nice young man into the pits of hell. Drag him across
style.
Drag him across the cheese grater and leave him down there.
I like the romantic elements that's going on because you don't really see that a lot.
Yeah.
Except in like the best of creepypastas and scary stories online.
Yes.
they'll implement like romance or coming of age stuff, and that always works really well. But I like that
If it work, it's the delineation line, because I'd say a lot of people do it. If it's done well,
yeah,
it's very, very good.
but if it's
But
like
when
a
it's done
14-year-old who's never like experienced
It's bad.
love, it's like,
Yeah.
I kissed her, and she was sexy. But then she died. But this feels very organic. Like this person's definitely a little older, more matured, has like probably experienced
lost love.
Yeah, has had some heartbreak.
Also,
or understands it at least. But yeah, I'm like bought into the relationship, and I am a little scared about what's gonna happen.
Well, you could tell that this is like fuck. What do you call it? I mean, it's like it's burning hot.
Yeah,
It's burning really hot. It's burning too hot because it's gonna burn out.
yeah,
This is like something bad's gonna happen. That flame is way too hot.
yeah. It
And-
reminds me of Better Call Saul, which you haven't seen.
No.
That's how I would describe.
Oh, it's like
A
in
certain
Breaking
relationship.
Bad when Jesse and the girl who is also
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're having it so good and shit's so right.
That's probably a better example. But
Oh,
they
really? Same thing. Yeah.
same writers, they fall over the same patterns, but yeah, definitely burning hot.
That's how I feel about that Saul guy from the Better Call Saul thing.
Saul man. All right. Fuck. What a rush. Sorry. Okay.
There you go.
Still, we waited a while. It felt like a next step in our odd jobs hobby to make this a regular thing, like something a little bit depraved. It was dystopian. It was strange and scary. Even though the sensation was gone, I could vividly remember what the injection had done to me, how it had torn through my veins, how I had wondered if I was dying. And that was supposed to just be a sample? But eventually, neither of us could stay away. The money was good. Beyond good. At first, we kept it a secret from each other, as if we were doing something bad. She would head off to work, and I would drive to the warehouse. They would inject me, feed me things that made me sick, toss me around, even beat me. And then I would drive home, still reeling and sore. Chelsea started acting strange, staying up after I went to bed, but I couldn't exactly call her out on it because I was being strange too. Literally the next paragraph, the burning hot thing is extremely there. They're fucking sneaking off to get beat in a warehouse.
That's awesome.
They won't even tell each other. All right. Neither of us wanted to put any pressure on the other, I guess. And I don't think either of us liked the idea of the other getting tortured.
That was my thought. Right, that paragraph.
Yeah.
I was like, they definitely just don't want the other one doing it.
Yeah. It'd be hard to do it like the first time when they were together.
I thought about that, That's horrible.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
worse.
To see someone you love.
Getting...
Especially because they're kind of in a honeymoon phase,
Y'all.
They're super in love. They got the butterflies.
No, Chelsea!
Chelsea! She's getting stuck by fucking...
They put electricity in her blood!
They're electrocuting her blood!
No!
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Beat the hell out of you,
If
Kessler.
only I could... Kessler, if I could get out of
like-
these
I'm
cuffs.
picturing Napoleon Dynamite now. Kessler, you're bound.
I can get out of these cuffs.
I'm gonna karate your ass when I
Dude,
get out of these cuffs.
He's sitting there with his arms cuffed,
Yeah.
and he's just staring at Kessler. He's like, he's like, I can get out of these cuffs. And then he just keeps staring at it.
I can break these cuffs.
I can get out of these.
That's like a really old viral video.
Yeah.
I can break these cuffs.
You probably don't remember. He definitely wasn't Southern.
It was in Las Vegas. I think it was in Las Vegas.
I'm pretty sure.
Shut the fuck up. Drink your piss.
I could drink this. I could drink this piss. Dude, we gotta get back to the
We
story.
gotta get back to it. Okay. They don't like the idea of each other being tortured, so they're sneaking out and doing it on their own.
That's awesome. At least they're not cheating on each other.
Such a good couple. God, goals, guys. All right. It was all but confirmed in my mind that we were both doing the same thing when I caught her coming through the front door at almost 3 a.m., rubbing at her temple like she had a horrible migraine. I was sitting on the couch reading a book, waiting for her. She stopped cold, her eyes going wide. I couldn't help but chuckle.
Cheating on me?
I asked. She laughed, plopping down next to me on the couch.
Not exactly.
All right, what are these voices? Not exactly.
Well, now, I mean, honestly, they're just...
What is this?
Okay, the cheating on
goo-
me thing was real because it made her laugh.
Yeah.
And it was... Obviously, he doesn't think that because he figured it out.
Yeah.
And then she figured out that he figured it out. So she's being silly back.
They're so healthy at the moment.
They're so ideal.
They're so ideal.
I wish I...
I thought this was going to build contention between them, but
Yeah.
it seems like they're about to healthily just talk about it. All right. I pulled her to me, and she rested her head on my shoulder.
Let's just do it together, okay? From now on, let's just do it together.
I waited for an answer, but after a minute, all I got was a snore. Just like that. We went together the next weekend. Kessler greeted us, patting each of us on our backs cheerfully.
Great to see you two together again. The work you both have been doing here is just fantastic.
Chelsea and I eyed each other, and she gave me a little punch on the arm. I grinned at her.
I have something different for you two today. Now that you're here together, if you're up for it.
No, we had a good thing going, Kessler. My smile faded a little, twisting into mild concern. I licked my lips.
Different how?
He waved me off, guiding us into one of the rooms. The same chairs greeted us with their cuffs and restraints. A doctor was already inside, toying with some kind of strap. It looked sort of like a headband.
We'd like to try something more psychological. What?
Got more there?
We'd like to try something more psychological than you're used to.
I stopped in my tracks. Kessler and Chelsea both turned to face me, their eyebrows raising in sync.
Psychological torture?
I was getting vivid images in my head. All of the psychological horror movies I'd ever seen rushing back to me. Physical pain was one thing, but sanity was delicate. Something that shouldn't be played with. Kessler approached me, placing his hands on each of my shoulders and offered me a reassuring smile.
Think about it, Mr. Raines.
He said,
It will
his
be...
voice kind. Shut the fuck up.
Bro. Listen. What do they say? What do you say when you're playing a game and then you fuck it up the first time? It's
you're
just a
bad.
test. Oh. It's a skill issue.
It's a skill issue. It's
That,
fine.
but also, we're just...
Cold.
Yeah, it's really cold. This is just a joke, and that was a joke, and this is a joke.
It's all Minecraft.
It's all Minecraft. So the next video is going to be... The next podcast is going to be really good.
Yes. This is the Minecraft podcast. We actually built this entire thing in Minecraft.
This is one of those episodes that's... When you look back on the discography, you go, that one wasn't the best one.
Yeah, this is the one you skip over.
But the story's
Not
really
not
good.
because of the story, because of the hosts.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some of those out there.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I guess.
Think about it, Mr. Raines. And blah, blah, blah.
He said, his voice kind.
I'm going to skip over your shit. I'm going to say blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm just going to read all the...
Yeah, you just do
Close.
that.
It will be a brief test.
All right, don't do the widowy voice on me. Keep it together. Keep it together
It's
now.
so funny. The voice is so close to that.
I know. Yeah, I mean,
It will be a brief test. It'll only last around 30 seconds. Like I've said, Nothing will leave this facility, and we have professionals to assess your mental state directly afterwards. 30 seconds for enough money to buy you a used car.
I worried my lips together. The fear I'd had in the past creeping back in. If it wasn't dangerous, why was it worth so much money? Sorry, I read that wrong because a cop just fucking lit the lights up. I worried my lips together. The fear I'd had in the past creeping back in. If it wasn't dangerous, why was it worth so much? Worth more than we'd been paid for anything before.
Come on, Jules.
Chelsea smiled at me from behind him. She didn't look afraid, and it soothed me a little.
We'll do it together.
I nodded reluctantly. Almost as soon as my chin raised to do so, the doctor was slipping the headband on. 2 metal plates digging into my forehead. I felt my muscles tense up. We took our seats, and Chelsea reached over to grab my hand. They didn't strap us down this time, which I hardly thought about until after it was too late. The doctor put Chelsea's headband on too, and she made a face at me, which made me bite back a laugh.
Ready?
Kessler asked. Then he nodded at the doctor, who pressed something on what looked like a keyboard, and Julie started to scream. The second he touched the thing, she was screaming. It wasn't like any scream I had ever heard before. Not like the one from the first time we'd been here, and not in any horror movie. Certainly never in real life. It felt like my eardrums were bursting, and it only grew louder and more shrill. It was desperate. It was beyond torture, beyond pain, beyond anything a human could possibly endure. I imagined hell. I imagined that souls being dragged to damnation. Might sound something like that scream. I wasn't even religious. She squeezed my hand and I felt my bones cracking.
Chelsea! Chelsea?
I rocketed out of my seat, trying to shake her, trying to ignore the searing pain. She wouldn't let go of my hand, couldn't. Her hands were wide open and dead, looking right at me, but not seeing anything. Still, tears streamed from them, more tears than I'd ever seen anyone cry. I whipped back around. The doctor was typing urgently at his computer, and Kessler was staring, his hands out and his eyes moving rapidly back and forth like he was in shock.
Jesus Christ, do something!
I screamed.
Fucking do something!
Chelsea was gasping now, a ragged sound that bounced around in my head. It felt like I could hear nothing but that horrible wet gasp. Just dead air and her throat clawing for breath, drool seeping from her mouth and down her chin. Finally, I ripped the headband off her. Instantly, she went slack, letting go of my hand. The room was silent for a moment. Then Kessler muttered something to the other man, and the doctor rushed out the door.
Oh shit. Chelsea?
Ah, shit. Chelsea?
I was in it. I was I was reading along, but I was seeing it in my head.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea?
How'd it look in your head?
It's terrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
I'm picturing the dentist office.
Basically. Chelsea? Chelsea, baby, are you okay?
I kneeled in front of her, rubbing her knee. She wouldn't look at me. Wouldn't move. For a second, I wondered if she was dead.
Please answer me.
Right when I was about to check her pulse, her head turned. She wasn't screaming anymore, but her eyes were just as dead as they had been before when they met mine. They didn't even look like her eyes anymore. She opened her mouth, and out of it came a horrible, whispery sound, like she'd forgotten how to use her tongue. I leaned in closer, trying to smile at her weakly.
What is it, honey? Please.
She gasped.
No more.
I felt hot. I felt like I had a horrible fever. I reached up, touched her wet face.
It's over, baby. No more. It's over.
She stared at me, if you could call it that. She wasn't in her body anymore. This was something else. She twitched.
Just kill me.
I turned back to look at Kessler. He looked just as shocked as I did, anxiously adjusting his tie. For a moment, we met eyes, and I knew what he was thinking. Something had gone horribly, unbelievably wrong here, and he didn't know how to fix it. The next few hours were a horrible blur. I remember doctors rushing around, wheeling Chelsea out of the room, despite my pleas to know where they were going, to let me go with them. I sat alone in the cold, sterile room, her scream echoing around in my head. I cried. I begged the cameras in the corners of the room. I banged my head against the table. Someone came in and bandaged up my broken hand, but no one would tell me anything. It felt like days that I was in there. Honestly, it could have been. When the door finally opened again and Kessler stepped through it, I couldn't even feel relieved. I just felt broken.
Where is she?
I croaked, raising my head.
Is she okay?
He said nothing, just sat down in front of me. He was back to business. The horrified expression I'd last seen him have completely wiped away. Although I could have sworn his face was a little pale. He took an envelope out of his pocket and placed it on the metal table between us.
Miss Sutherland is right outside. She's unharmed and feeling fine.
I choked out a sob. I couldn't help it. I hid my face in my hands. Kessler cleared his throat and continued.
You are to take this envelope. Inside is a check for $700,000, and one of our drivers is going to take you to the emergency room, where you will need to... What? Where you will have your hand... That's it? Fuck, I'm starting over. I just can't believe it's just about the hand.
It's just the hand.
You are to take this envelope. Inside is a check for $700,000. One of our drivers is going to take you to an emergency room where you will have your hand properly treated. Any further medical bills will be completely covered by us. You are to do this and then go home and never return here. Do you understand?
I looked up at him and I nodded. I was angry. I wanted to yell, demand answers, threaten to sue. But I was far too exhausted for any of that. I just wanted to see Chelsea. I just wanted to go home. Kessler nodded, his mouth pressed into a thin line.
We at OEM are terribly ashamed about what took place today. Please accept our deepest condolences.
Something about that rubbed me the wrong way, made my skin prickle. But my mind was numb. I just nodded again, taking the envelope and shoving it into my pocket. Chelsea was just outside, like he'd said, and she smiled when she saw me. I gathered her in my arms and squeezed, breathing in the scent of her hair, kissing the side of her neck.
Thank God you're okay. Hey. Fuck.
Hi!
Hey. Well, I feel like it's about to be like she's not even the same person.
Yeah, like a vegetable.
Hey. Hey. Don't cry.
She pulled back, kissing my cheek. She pulled back, kissing my cheek and wiping away my tears.
I'm more than okay, baby. What a rush.
A laugh burst out of me like an uncontrollable cough.
You're a psychopath. You like it? The story doesn't really deserve this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're bad. As promised, we were taken to the hospital, where I was put in a cast. My hand was broken in 3 different places. As Chelsea sat with me while they examined it, a horrible, anxious feeling crept over me. When I looked at her, all she did was smile. I couldn't sleep that night. I stared at the ceiling, white spots drifting across my vision, my hand throbbing dully on my chest. Chelsea's back pressed against the side of my arm was the only thing that made me feel any calmer. I turned to look at the back of her head, chewing on my lip. The room felt too quiet, too dark after spending so long in that bright, sterile room. I was restless.
Chelsea,
I whispered.
are you awake?
She said nothing. She wasn't snoring, but I swore I could hear her heart beating. Ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk. I sighed.
What did you feel when it was happening?
I knew she wouldn't respond, but I asked anyways. I needed to talk, even if it was just to myself. Ka-thunk, ka-thunk. I felt her shift a little, her back moving with each of her breaths. Her heartbeat began to speed up. Only then did I begin to wonder why I could hear it all, and so loud. I sat up a little, leaning on my elbows. I stroked her hair.
Hey, baby, are you okay?
No answer. Ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk. Suddenly I had that feeling. I had that feeling children get at night when they become positive there's someone in the closet or just outside their bedroom door, someone they don't know. Panic raced through me, and whether it was rational or not, I had to see her face. I had to be sure she was alive and she was herself and she was real. I reached over and took her arm, rolling her towards me. Chelsea's eyes were wide open, bloodshot, and my heart jumped into my throat when I realized it hadn't been her heartbeat that I had been hearing. It had been her gasping for air, her throat closing and opening again rapidly, swallowing and heaving dryly in the dark like an animal about to throw up. Ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk. I shook her awake, sitting straight up in the bed. She gasped, blinking at me almost sleepily, rubbing at her eyes.
Julian?
Her voice was raspy, tired and dry, but otherwise normal. I flicked on the bedside lamp, breathing hard.
Babe, what's wrong?
I shook my head. I couldn't look at her, couldn't breathe. I felt her wrap her arms around me, shushing me gently and stroking my hair.
You were... Shh, it's okay. It's okay now. Jules? Is that her? Wait. Oh, it's still her.
Yeah.
It's the... Yeah, okay. Yeah. You were... It's okay. It's okay now, Jules. I'm okay. Just a bad dream.
But it wasn't a dream. I knew it wasn't. After that, my girlfriend was different. She wasn't herself. I tried to go back to normal. She certainly tried to. She went to work like before, saw her friends, watched television with me on our couch, but it didn't feel like she was really there anymore. She didn't sleep much at all, and when she did, it was strange and restless. I more than once caught her sleeping with her eyes wide open, just like that first night. Once I asked her what her dreams had been like recently, and she hesitated before telling me.
You know how when meat is fresh and the muscles are still alive, so they move and squirm, even though the animal is dead?
She smiled and ruffled my hair.
That's what the back of my eyelids look like now.
Oh, God. Jeez.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, what the fuck? The worst part was how normal she pretended to be, how fine she told me she felt, how she kissed me like always, and how she tried to joke, but it never came out quite right. I reached my limit one night a month later when I got home after having a drink with some friends. The house was completely dark, completely silent, completely still. The second I opened the door, I felt it. The unexplainable terror, like there was a man in the closet. It didn't feel right in there. Nothing felt like it was in the right place, even though I knew it must have been. Everything just felt wrong.
Chelsea?
I called out quietly, shrugging off my jacket, wet from the rain.
Are you awake, honey?
No answer. I went to go upstairs when I saw her. She was down our hallway. Her head was half poking out around the corner, only her eyes showing in the darkness, wide open, staring at me, but not seeing me. I hate that.
That's pretty fucked up.
Her head was half poking out around the corner. Ugh. Gross. She started to scream, and it was even worse to not be able to see her mouth. She screamed in short bursts like a panting dog, the blood-curdling sounds jolting out of her. So I don't like that part at all, where she's peeking around the corner. Imagine that totally dark hallway.
Well, I
You
was
just
thinking...
see your girlfriend like poking around the corner,
No, I'd hate
and
that.
then she just starts going
Well,
in a
it-
completely silent house
I
at
think
night.
it's like, you joke, you tease, you even maybe try to give a fright to your partner and...
Yeez. Perhaps. Sure.
Yes. But like I definitely do all that. It's fun.
I do all this.
Hide behind a door and just jump out and stuff. But this is like, you get home, all the lights are out. She's probably in bed. You see that, you're like, what the fuck? It scares you and you stop. You're like, oh, whatever. But then imagine like a real screaming, like stuttered screaming like this, like loud.
Like the pants of a dog. That's such a unique description of screaming. Because usually you think of screams in like long or like a short yelp. This is like short yelp just over and over and over while she's staring at him from across a dark hallway.
Yeah. I'm
It's
sure like you
disgusting.
just see only the whites of her eyes.
Ugh,
It's like so fucked up.
that's gross.
So this is like, it's in the horror movie. What? It's in the horror story subreddit. What is it? Scary stories.
Scary stories, yeah.
I was like, man, this is, it's a good story. It's like kind of scary. I know it's going somewhere, but this is like all of a sudden,
Spooky.
yeah, like actually scary.
You've got me. All right. She started to scream, and it was even worse to not be able to see her mouth. She screamed in short bursts like a panting dog, the blood-curdling sounds jolting out of her. Fight or flight kicked in. I turned around and walked right back out the door, closing it behind me. That's
Nah.
totally valid, though.
He's
They're
like, yeah, it's
fuck
alright."
that. I'm going to Chili's. I walked until I was across the street before looking back at the house. She was in our bedroom window. The lights turned on, illuminating her silhouette. I watched her rear back and slam her head into the glass once, then again, something dark and liquid trickling down to the frame. The paramedics had to tie her down to keep her from thrashing or from hurting herself. I watched as they took her away, begging them to kill her. I tried to call OEM, but all I got was a message that the number had been disconnected. I drove back there while she was still in the hospital, but there was nothing left but an empty warehouse. When I picked her up, she was completely normal again, the only proof of the episode being the stitches on her forehead. It was that day, the day I picked her up, when I felt completely broken down and helpless, that I started to hear her voice.
Honey?
I looked over at my girlfriend, or what my girlfriend had become. She was staring out the window, smiling peacefully.
What was that?
She glanced at me, her smile widening.
Nothing, Julian. I didn't say anything.
I turned back to the road, convinced I was just losing my mind. I had to be. It would make sense. But then I heard it again.
Julian, open your eyes, honey. It's okay. Jesus Christ, Kessler. Would you take that thing? Oh, fuck. I'm going to do it again. Fuck. The most important. Julian, open your eyes, honey. It's okay. Jesus Christ, Kessler. Would you take that thing off him? I think he's had enough.
It's been weeks since then now. We're home. We're safe. Or at least that's what Chelsea says. I'm trying to believe her. I know it was in my head. I know it was just whatever that device did to me. But it felt so real when it was happening. I'm terrified one day I'll wake up again in that room, and I don't think if I did, I would bounce back so quickly. And that is the end. Oh my god, if my girlfriend and I get tortured for a living, something went seriously wrong during her last session, and now she's different.
We'll be right back.
Tired of your promising life expectancy? Want to make that heart knock like the beat of a drum? Then try our signature high fructose corn syrup. We source our high fructose corn syrup from cows, of course, and we do it ethically. And we ship those cows, the fructose corn syrup, in a great big truck to a great big building. And somehow it all ends up on your kitchen table for you to enjoy. Wow! High fructose corn syrup, so good it'll make your heart stop.
That ending was fucking nuts.
Did
Did they just throw in there at the end the very, very, very last few sentences that he was still in his psychological torture?
Yeah. Now, listen.
God damn.
It is really good.
Yeah.
But it's also like, and then I woke up from the dream.
And then
But it's better than that. It is.
It's kind of the opposite. Well, not the opposite, but he's still in the dream.
Well, yeah, he's like,
that's what that's
having
saying,
trouble.
right? Like he had a little, almost like a coma thing. Like when you're in a coma and you can hear people talking to you from the outside.
Is that what you got from the ending?
Well, I think
I think he's back now.
I think it's open-ended.
I think it is open-ended. But what I understood is he's in the coma.
Yeah.
He wakes up, like last two paragraphs.
Mm.
And the last little bit, the last paragraph is basically like, I woke up from that, but I like have no idea if my reality is real. What if I wake up again? I don't know if I'd come back. Like at that point, I'm done. Like I have no idea what's real at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. That's cool. That's a cool story.
It is. It's not as
It's not as in your face. It's kind of like it's referencing the story itself. It's psychological.
everything we read basically, or like to read.
Mm-hmm.
This was good. Not that we didn't like it. Has been and probably will be, for the most part, supernatural, or like adjacent, where it's like the cave, or like
there's an entity.
There's an entity drumming the
Lovecraftian
clouds.
horror.
Yeah, exactly. And this was like, I was expecting something like that, kind of waiting for it. When she stuck her head around and was screaming, I was like,
yeah,
oh, she's turned into a goblin. Like,
yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah, they've given her the goblin drug.
That was cool, though.
That was cool. I like how there was no supernatural element, just kind of psychological torment and not really knowing. I guess at the end, you don't even know like if this is a reliable narrator or not. Kind of like, where the fuck is he?
Yeah. And it's like, at least I think this is what it wants, is like, yeah, this is when they both came back and he's in the psychological part, like the last one they did.
Yeah.
But who knows? It could be any of them.
Yeah.
Or it could be, it's either that one or it's the first one.
The first ever?
The lecture, but I think it's the last
like
one.
when they first went to Kessler.
Probably not, but
that's a fun idea too. I think there's enough like open-endedness to it where you can play around with any of those. It's the first time they ever went, or it's like what happened in the story. chronologically. Cool story, though. I really liked that.
Well
It's
written.
fucked up. Well written. Great pacing
Yeah.
all the way through. Good dialogue, I would say. Convincing romance.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they get it. They get it on
Yeah.
until they don't.
And then the title of the story,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what happens. Like it's actually referencing his psychological torment. It's like something went wrong with her shit, but it's actually the vision he had. But it led me the whole time to believe that it was all real. Like all the stuff he was seeing with her.
Yeah.
So the title kind of, I don't know.
Plays with you.
But yeah, it plays with, yeah. Because it makes sense after you finish reading it. But while I'm reading, I'm like, yep, that's what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not questioning a thing.
Yeah, you got the reliable narrator for a lot of it. You trust his word and his perception of what's happening, and then it gets flipped on its head right at the end there. Very solid.
That's pretty cool.
Love when that happens. It's really cold.
Yeah, it's horribly cold. It's like, honestly, super aggravating.
I know. Not about it.
I just want to feel comfortable in my own skin.
I know. Why do people live... I don't get you people that live way up, high up in the northern areas of the world. That's just fucking diabolical. That's
This
torture.
is such horsecock.
That's
I'm
like...
done.
It's like a form of self-torment, self-hate,
Sadism.
disrespect, sadism, all of it. Why do you put yourself through this shit? It's miserable.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
cold.
uncomfortable. My fucking muscles are tightening up. I feel like I have a fucking 2 paddles on my head and I'm getting tortured with my girlfriend.
I know. Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, fuck.
Honestly, though.
You've been there.
It makes it hard to, like, I'm, like, trying to read the story and my hands are seizing up.
Yeah, I'm trying to unscrew this piss jug right now, and it's just really hard to do.
Realistically, when it's warm, my narration is going to be so fucking good.
Oh, yeah?
I'll take the L. I got to take some
Ow.
shit. Oh. It's a good story. I didn't need a joke on it so much.
Well, I don't think it was too bad. You gotta poke fun at things sometimes. I mean,
Okay.
we weren't even poking fun at the story. It was more just like, what if I said this in a silly voice?
Okay.
Okay. But that was the story. I don't want to read the title again because it's long. My girlfriend and I get tortured for a living. We will link it in the description. We will link Orange PLR's Orange PLR's Reddit as well. I'm not sure. That's all I was told to link, and I agree. So I'm going to put that in there. You guys can read. This was a fucking banger and a half, so that leads me to believe all the other ones are
Banging.
of the same quality or better.
Mm.
So give old Orange PLR here a round of applause and a pat on the back and an updoot or something. I don't know what you fucking weird Redditors do. Give this kind stranger some gold. Why don't you do that?
This guy, it's just a dude in like rags. You can see the green smell marks coming off him. They're like, it's like medieval peasant. Give him some gold.
Give him some gold. The peasant. Yeah, we're probably gonna scoot, boot, and boogie out of here because we're gonna freeze to death. We've been climatized to the warm weather, and now it's just right back to February where we left off. So it's been fitting. But thanks for tuning in. We will plan on coming back next Thursday.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any other. Fuck. We have no natural disasters on the docket for this month at the moment. It is tornado season now, but nothing is warning of it at the moment. We'll let you know.
There's yeah, for sure there are big warnings.
There's big warnings?
Yeah, it's gonna like storm all next week.
Oh,
bro.
yeah. Well,
This weekend next week.
tornadically?
I think
Or
so.
just-
When it storms that much,
Fuck. Well, we'll see, guys. We're trying out here.
you find out. You'll see next week.
We're living through the new world here.
That sucks. Dude.
Thanks for tuning in. watching us freeze to death and read a cool fucking story. Support the author. Check out our other episodes. We've got 5 other bangerinos on the YouTube channel, on the audio platforms. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're on all the other audio things.
Money.
We got Instagram. We got TikTok.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We got subscribe buttons.
We got subscribers.
we got subscribers. We got followers. You should follow us.
Yeah.
I write stories as well. You can check that out on Reddit. That's everything. I'm pretty sure everything's linked.
Shit's money.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you.
And yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
And I love you.
I love you.
And I love you. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
Mm.